Cork's Red FM.
Yeah, I think, look, you probably give a few days and maybe a few weeks feeling sorry for yourself and, down bit down. But at some stage you just got to dust yourself down, shake yourself down and say, right, 2009 is a closed chapter at this stage, and it's time to look forward and we get very little in life from looking back. It's all about looking forward. So at this stage we've definitely moved on. It's back into training for 2010, and thankfully my backroom team and my players are as eager, enthusiastic as they were the first day they joined. So that's great news, and it says we're back working hard. We measure ourselves at the end of the day by trophies, I guess, and I guess we were delighted to pick up the league and Munster Championship in 2008, and last year we picked up the Munster Championship again. But I suppose we lost the league final and All Ireland final, so it's really tough because all of the teams, it's just so competitive in there. And you find yourself back in 2010, and here you are heading back down to Cork, place where we've won once in 85 years, and that's where we get to draw a quarter final, to start right back down. So if you wanted those to reality, there it goes. So as I said, it's the Munster Championship is really, really competitive. The National League is going to be really, really competitive. You got Dublin and Galway, and Offaly would be delighted to be back up in Division 1 and having a crack off it as well. So I think it's all set up for a really, really exciting 2010. In fairness, I think the lads, they work very hard. I think there were people who cited the fact that in 2007, they lost a 3-match thriller to Limerick. So there was never as if they hadn't gone away, they hadn't disappeared. They were being really, really competitive and had lost All Ireland quarterfinals in consecutive years. So the myth that there's I think Tipperary always had good players, and thankfully, as I said, we've been lucky with the amount of youth we've been able to blend in. So we've had good minor teams, we've had good under 21 teams, and some of that talent has really stepped up. So I think that's been the big benefit to this squad, has been the amount of younger talent that's come in over the last 2 years. You have to give guys a chance. If you've got guys that you're willing to put your faith in and have them on the panel. I mean, the ideal scenario for a manager is to have two people absolutely pushing for one place, and I think if you have that type of healthy competition going on, then you have a real chance.
First of all, if you bring in a particular player or players into your panel that you expect that they have, that you're sort of saying to them that they understand what you want from them. You want ambition, you want an absolute commitment. Obviously, you have the basic thing of the skill that you wouldn't be bringing them in otherwise, and you want them to buy into the whole philosophy of what everybody else is trying to achieve and what we're all about. I think it's pretty well known around Kilkenny what is involved in that with the county team for the past few years, and I'd be very much sort of judging by my gut instinct as to whether these players are going to do that, and I'd be confident enough about the players I'd bring in. You're limited with regard to obviously hurling preparation, what you can do during the week, and that from the point of view of light. Certainly it would be ludicrous for any team to think that you could get through the season without having proper physical fitness in place, and we have, thanks be to God, top class physical people looking after us, with Michael Dempsey coordinating the thing, with Noel Richardson and that, and I just give them a free rein. They take over the thing. I'm pretty irrelevant to the whole situation right now, and the lads just drive things forward and they put things in place, and they work away with the players. And to be fair to the players, they're aware of the physical kind of sort of things that are involved with getting themselves in good shape as well, and they tip away during the winter with gym and that. But there is that grind to be done this time of the year. It's inescapable. But there is a balance then again when the opportunity arises, weekends and that, for a bit of skill training and that, and that's part and parcel of it too. The National League to me is important. It's a big competition. It's the one after the championship. At the end of the year, it's who wins the championship that matters, but as regards the whole process you go through, you can't buy the National League, the importance of it, and by its very nature then it's very competitive because the top two teams go into the final, so losing a match puts you straight away under pressure, and either Kilkenny or Tip are going to lose, possibly maybe you'll get a draw, whatever, out of the game on Saturday week, and straight away it's a game that in your heart and soul, if you're not ready for it, it's going to be difficult to win it. So if you lose the first game, it makes it for a tough league, it makes it really competitive. So it's a game I think both Tip and Kilkenny are looking forward to. The reality of it is, for me, that it's up for grabs. Last year, the year before, to me now, are just gone. They're done and dusted. They're irrelevant, and the team is not in place yet. The team will sort of evolve as we go along, and players will earn the right to play on the team, and there's a panel of whatever number of 30 or 32 players we had around the place, and I think every one of them has the right and the entitlement to stake their claim for the place on the team. And people and supporters will kind of say, "How in the name of God, how come he's not? He's one of the top players in the county." But I mean, it's about being one of the top players in the county right now. And this year, players develop at different stages than that, and some players automatically are seen as real quality team players, and other players then could be seen maybe as, individually very, very good, but maybe have things to learn about, work rate, things to learn about what they can bring, how they can develop their game, and how much more they can bring to the team, and the willingness of the players and how they're prepared to buy into that situation will dictate exactly whether they continue to be part and parcel of what we're about. And I suppose all the matches during last year, we very, very close matches. Look, I'm absolutely aware, and that what we have done over the past few years is outstanding achievement. That's just for sure. The players, what they've done is top class. But I mean, it doesn't mean there's any gap there whatsoever. To me, there's no gap. As soon as we start thinking there is a gap, it'll disappear very, very quickly. I suppose our realistic attitude to the whole thing has been a help, definitely.
Cork's Red FM.